drama at the White House. When would the jack? You know what I mean? For them just to be some politicians, a lot of shit pop off around them, and it's all rolling around like gunplay. Like that shit's crazy, man. More drama, fucking the very center of American politics. More drama, man. Cole Allen done went there and bust shots, and it makes you wonder: was he ever a MAGA supporter, or who is this guy Cole Allen at when he shot up the um, White House Correspondents' Dinner? Let's get them likes it up. Come in, come in, come in, come in, come in. What's going on? Make sure y'all take the poll as you come in. But yeah, they say Cole Allen. And what, you know what I mean? I'm going to say this. Like I said, Donald Trump and them, man, they keep a bunch of bullshit around them, man. They keep a bunch of bullshit around them. Like, gunplay too. Chilling, family. What's up with you, Barbarette? Chilling, cuz. Ah! Chilling, Barbarette. What you up to? You see they don't. Why does all of this fucking violence always surround Donald Trump, man? Every few months is somebody busting at his ass or something happens. Like that shit crazy, and that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else got hurt again last night. But okay, I want to know: did the guy have a manifesto? What was he? What was he standing on? Because these people done went to this man's house and everything already. They done went to this guy's crib already, man. Smash that like, y'all. Oh yeah. What's the weather in North Carolina right now? 52 degrees, cloudy and breezy. That's what it is around here. He a troublemaker. He also attracts trouble. Motherfuckers, so everybody trying to get at Donald Trump. That shit crazy, man. That shit is crazy. Everybody trying to get at Donald. Smash that like. Tell y'all in here, man. Let's get them lights up. Oh yeah, it rained last night, late last night in this area. But so many weeks or so passed, and somebody else makes an attempt on the White House. You know what I mean? Whether it's at Mar-a-Lago, you know what I mean, or any other than Pennsylvania, and now in D.C. What is, you know what I mean, the common denominator? I would say Donald Trump. Controversy swirls around him. Black folk, the banking mortgage system is made to end y'all. Shit, Corey, if you do your history, we were the banking mortgage system at one time. We were human chattel. Motherfuckers had insurance on our ancestors and sold our ancestors no less like they traded Yu-Gi-Oh cards and treated us no less like G.I. Joe action figures. You know what I mean? Break his arm off, still play with them. If you don't want them, get rid of them, throw them away. So, you know what I mean? For you to come in here and say the banking mortgage system is made to end y'all, shit. So much shit that was made to make America prosperous was made to end us, but you know that shit ain't worked. So what you just said don't even, you know what I mean? Neither to me knowing my worth and who I am as a black man. You know what I'm saying? Black folk, the banking mortgage system is made to end y'all. Yeah. But now y'all finding out this is made to end everybody, not just black people. Everybody. So smash that like, share me out, tell a friend to tell a friend, homie. What's good this morning? A good morning. Well, good afternoon now, know what I mean? Me and my chilling. You know what I mean? I don't forgot the motherfucking hours I was chilling so hard. So it's afternoon, so good afternoon. Smash that like, share me out, and what's goody? Chilla CT, what's up? Chilla CT. I tried to find out. Okay, what we're gonna have to do is start a group. CT, start a group so we can start playing. Oh yeah, you white money. That's what it is. Ain't nothing for it. I drank maga tears. That's what it is. And you're white money. If you're white money, make sure you get over there and hit that guy there gonna support over there on the channel, man. Let's get the numbers up. Take 100,000 to get one of them YouTube plaques. I'm on the road to get one, man. And if you want to support, they got the super chat turned off right now, but I got the Cash App link posted. White money, green money, red money. If it's money, all money spent, homie. Okay. Godfather, you stay in Japan. Konnichiwa. What's going on with you, Godfather? What's going on in Japan? You see, they done made a motherfucking attempt on some people's lives at the White House correspondent dinner. I don't know directly if it was a threat against Donald Trump, but you know what I'm saying? If some popped off, I think some federal official got shot too. Federal agent got shot. It's fake money, monopoly money. Shit, monopoly money spent too, homie. Just depending on who you motherfucker spending it with. Hear it? And Barbarette, you better tell them. That's why people be throwing away change and pennies and all that shit. I save my shit and I count it up. And also I use my silver change. I use it as a reward system with my kids, and I teach them the value of money, and I teach them the value of working for what you want. Like if they do something for me, I give them 50 cents, give them 4 quarters, $1, and let them save it somewhere and they value it. Because when we about to go somewhere, I'll tell them, you know what I mean, I'll transform it to either dollar currency, or I mean already I give them dollars too, so I'll get them and put some money in their pocket, because ain't use in going nowhere if you ain't got no money in your pocket. And I mean, it feels a little bit better when you work for that money. Oh yeah, you're on the way home right now. That's what it is. When you go to these trips to Japan, Godfather, is the food all that different? Like it'll be the same kind of food, but you can still taste that is in outside taste, not akin to what you're familiar with in America, but somewhat familiar with it. Like like even when you drink the water, does the water still taste the same in Japan? Because it's different variants, it's different soils, different chemicals they're using to purify the water. All different kind of things. When you come to Asia, is Asia has its own distinct taste? Is it evident when you're there? The guy was a teacher from California. A Secret Service agent was hit, but his vest protected him. Wow. And what was the teacher from California's gripe? Because that's serious for him to be a studied, learned, seemingly intelligent person to throw his life away like this. Because once it happens, that's it. His life is thrown away. He can't do shit else if he don't do a dub or two for this shit. Because remember the guy that did the stuff at Mar-a-Lago? I think he got 64 years. They ain't playing with him. Money control in the stock market by the Central Bank of London. They caused the first depression. I go for it, Eric. I go for it. But now with the United Kingdom, which was London stock market, Hong Kong, know what I mean, what over there in Southeast Asia, and once that United Kingdom fell, United States took over as the bearer of the brunt of the world's money moves. They was using when it was first the pound, because it was all over the world. The dollar came and moved the pound out of the way, and a lot of people was doing business in the dollar because it's easily transferable. Way different foods taste, but water seems to be the same. Okay, okay, okay. Because I was saying maybe they put more fluorides as opposed to other minerals in the water. And different cities got different tastes in water. They say New York water is the only water that can make a proper New York style pizza crust. That's why it's often replicated but never really, matched in these other cities. That's what's up. I teach my grandchildren the same system that you do, until my 3-year-old grandson told me he needs dollars. Yeah, see, my babies too. My babies too. And I just when they leave out, put something in your pocket in case you want something. You might not be able to get it all, but you'll be get something. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I teach them to always put something in your pocket, but don't expect somebody to give you something for free. Don't be afraid to work for it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, work for it before you even think about getting it for free, because it'll mean more to you. You know what I mean? You'll value it more if you work for it. You feel me? Smash that like, yeah. You know, keep teaching my babies that, right? You know what I mean? Every day they say they're going somewhere with they whether it's with their mama or just we going somewhere, jumping, you know what I mean, going to get out or something, man, put this money in your pocket or get where your money at. You know what I mean? You got to teach them that, you know what I mean, the value of it and what it's worth, you know, and don't squander it. Because I'm telling you, one of my kids, man, he was an adult, his mother died and his mother left him a lot of money. And he squandered that money, and I felt like he squandered what his mama left him. It's a lot of times people the money that he got, people work a lifetime to get and save up to have, and he got it all in one fatal swoop. Although it was a fatal swoop that he lost his mother, it still was like, okay, I'm not gonna be here because he was an adult. He was like 25, 26. I'm not here, but I'm gonna leave you a stipend to get busy with. You know what I mean? This from mom. Since the last time, I'm gonna leave that. You know what I mean? Lunch money on the table for you, and she left a big. You know what I mean? Y'all, you understand? The last time I leave that lunch money on the table for you, you know, because you know what I mean? Him and his mom was close. She left him something. He didn't value it, and you know, being an adult, everybody was like, "Why didn't you step? You can't step in with an adult when they hand them a card from a credit union or somewhere and say, this is how you get in it, and it's yours. Nobody else can't tell you what to do." You know what I mean? A man gonna be a man, so I say he squandered his chance at success, but it is what it is. We live and we learn, but that's why my babies here, I'm gonna teach them the value of it. I'm not gonna have to step in because they're gonna already know this is serious, and I need to be, you know what I mean, cautious how I'm moving with my bread. A lot of times we go. I love expensive shit. These glasses was like 400 all day. Now I had them for like 3 4 years. They probably went down to like two something, which is still high. But I will pay for something that I want, like my necklace and my chains. But excess like Nike and buying the same pair of Jordans because they're making a new color of them. I don't do it. I like to find the things, and if I see some of quality, some of nice silk or linen, or see a bottle of some patchouli or I mean frankincense or myrrh, or I mean, I'll go ahead and spend the pen for it because you know sometimes with that, when you put a little money behind it, it will be a little quality. Then sometimes you spend a lot of money and it'll still be the same shameless piece of a garment that it was if it was $12 as opposed to 1200. But for things that I want, I do pay for them. I don't mind pay for them. I mean, what's going on? The boy files, what's up with you? But yeah, a lot of times we get caught up in the name brand and not in what's the service that it's providing for you. Like I wouldn't wear New Balance because like they are a cult classic. Everybody loves them, but I wear them also because they some comfortable shoes. You feel me? It's 22 of y'all in here, man. Make sure y'all taking the poll. Make sure y'all taking that poll, fam. And get over there and turn on the support button so you know when we go live so you can participate in these conversations, man. We trying to get down to the bottom of it of who divided America and what can we do in assisting and uniting us because it's too much. It's too many people out here that's dividing us. You know, somebody will come in and say, "Well, what did Biden do?" and "What did Barack do?" and "Trump is some shit," but nobody came in and said, "Let's do this as Americans," and Americans are the shit. You feel me? That's what we need to be really dwelling on because a lot of times we'll be too busy trying to state our argument or what we don't like about this shit instead of figuring out what we do like about it. You know what I mean? And what we like about it is we can order Amazon, we can go out to eat, we can chill without our heads on a swivel per se. There is no immediate danger to us, although there is danger. It'll be spontaneous. So that's why I say stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. But we are still afforded the luxury to create our own paradises because you can buy a home. You want to brick it in and tint the windows and all that shit. You can do all that in America. You know what I mean? With the reason we are the most freest people on the planet. And then when I hear somebody say they want to go somewhere else, it's like, damn, nickel. Converse All Stars. Hey dudes and Wolverine. Hey yo, I just was looking at Converse today because my queen seen something that looked sort of like the cliques, but they had the, you know what I mean. Somebody had on some. It was like an African artist or something she was looking at. But remember the Converse weapons? That's the dopest. After the Converse is the fat heads. You know what I mean? Them classics right there. My homeboy has some glow in the dark for fluorescent ones. Did y'all know that this logo right here glows in the dark too? I need to put them back online too. Bring these back. But yeah, the Converse weapons. Remember the weapons? They had the Larry Bird ones. They had the Magic Johnson ones. The Lakers colors and the Celtics colors. Smash that like the Hey Dudes. Yeah, the Spicolis. Yeah, the Spicolis. Now Spicoli was California. He probably was wearing Jazz Vans because you know Vans had boomed up, came as the newest trendy sneaker out of California back then. Coming with the skateboard and surfing, all that billabong and all that shit. So you had the Hey Dudes. Smash that like y'all. Shout out everybody coming through. Anybody hearing anything else about Cole Allen? What's up with him? Y'all say he a school teacher. He leave a manifesto. Has he spoken out why he did the shit? Cause it's bullshit, man. But the problem is, this shit has been swirling around Donald Trump since the beginning, since the ear nip shit. On him, Cam. What up? What you found? What you heard about Cole Allen, man? You know, Cole Allen came and was busting shots at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Smash that like, y'all. So far, I want to shout out the 656 people that came through here so far, whether you stayed a minute or 30 minutes. We ain't even been live 30 minutes, been live 18 minutes. The numbers is up, fam. Smash that like. Make sure y'all getting over there, subbing to the channel, as they call it. I like to say supporting, because subs just sub and don't ever get back to politicking or fucking with the content. Supporters always support, whether they're in agreements of it or not. You say that shit fake. You think it's fake, Cam? Right, that Mar-a-Lago joint. One dude get killed for messing around at Mar-a-Lago. He had the gas can and the shotgun. What the fuck? And then the other guy got a lot of time. One of the motherfuckers got some time, man. Chillin' Sassy Mo, what's up with you, player? You see they popping at the motherfucking correspondent dinner. Right. What happened? That Trump did show up, where he still had went through with it. You see a lot of people not down with Donald Trump. You'll hear about the 17-year-old brother in South Carolina. What do he do? What's going on with you, Nicole Starts? Let me push you to the top for a little bit. What's up with you, fam? Y'all get over there and check out Nicole's thoughts. What the young boy do? Smash that like. What the young boy do in South Carolina? This shit crazy, man. And they say black on blacks got a lot of crime. It's shit. Political goddamn violence is at an all time high. And shit. What's up with you? Come on now. Either Trump is an evil genius who can pull off vast conspiracies, or he's a moron that can't his own shoes. You can't have it both ways. I don't know, man. Cause it ain't just Trump. You know, Trump. He's like Cobra Commander. He's the face of the shit. It's Destro. It's the twins Zaymox and Tomax. It's the Baroness. I mean Zartan. I mean Major Blood. It's a whole little troop of motherfuckers with him, man. That's what we got to understand. Donald Trump is not like a monarch that is his word is the end all be all end all. Donald Trump is a whole conglomerate of different think tanks, different mindsets, thoughts, and you know what I mean. I have a throwaway account on Fox News. Just used to troll folks, and most common thing I say is RFK Jr. wouldn't make these mistakes. Four demons, white people killed that 17-year-old brother before his graduation. Oh yeah, what part of South Carolina was this Bobber at? I blame the progressive liberals for all this shit. Said long enough and loud enough, someone will want. I don't know, fam. I just blame motherfuckers that's tired, and some people are mentally ill, and they take they tired shit a different way. Even if he was in the upper echelon, most people that are intelligent, they be so intelligent, they think so much that it would drive them crazy. So you don't know what kind of fetishes and um idiosyncrasies that he was partaking in. This guy might have been mentally ill. Did the FBI check who was checked in the hotel before days before the event? Right. Was he checked in the hotel? And even if he checked in the hotel, he still would have came out clean if he had teacher in his background. That don't say red flag. That say some intelligent motherfucker up there reading a book about to go to a seminar or some shit. So, you know what I mean? That's what it is. What I'm trying to tell y'all. Political violence is a different violence. When we talk about black on black crime or gang violence, we know the red and blue we see is going to be a gang member with the Tupac style bandana or either tied like Jules Santana. You know what I mean? On the side, Santana, y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But we don't think of the Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, the left and the right as gangs, but that's all they are. They're armed just like the gang members that's in LA, that's in Chicago, in Miami, in Brooklyn. They armed just like them. They're armed and they got the same thoughts. I'm right, he's wrong because he's red and I'm blue. And we don't look at it like that, but political violence has been on a uptick dealing with the Trump administration, and that's just what it is. I think the most common thing around all of us is to know shit is going to happen, and they know who these people are. They let them do it to keep the temperatures up. I don't know, but it all seemed like a movie. Like even with the Trump girl, his wife. Remember when she had the blue hat on and all that shit? That shit was for a fucking Netflix movie. She took her part of inauguration and turned that shit into a Netflix movie. Nobody ain't look at that shit, but you got to look at all this stuff. It seemed like it's some kind of like movie being shot while we're fucking got there going or the collateral damage for it. That's what it is, Bonnie Bell. Thanks for that, man. We on the road to 100,000. We trying to get one of them YouTube plaques, man. Okay, Aiken County. Damn. Was it on some Ku Klux Klan shit or was it drug activity, Bobberette? All of this is just another distraction to cover up his failure so he can get sympathy to build his ballroom. Right, but he going to the extreme if it is. This is crazy. But it's all like nobody is seeing that it's violence swirling around them people, man. I would be scared to motherfucking chill with anybody that's on the upper echelon that are considered the close MAGA people and on the Trump administration. I was scared to be anywhere they're at now as this shit is happening. Like, what's going on with you, bad dog? The world is a stage. And he just said that something like that when they said that about the that soldier that was betting the money on the Venezuelan incursion. There was a soldier out here that what he won 40,000 or was it uh what how much money did that soldier win? But when they told Trump about it, he said it's something casino some shit. It's a casino some shit, man. How did the guy run past 10 agents? Right? How did he get past 10 agents? You know what I mean? Have you noticed all these newborns being posted on live on YouTube? No, because I'm not in favor of that posting on newborns or kids showing them mirrors or any of that stuff. I'm old school with my superstitions and ways. Nah, I haven't seen no newborns being what so what's your point? Okay, 400,000. Okay, okay, okay. What's good with you, Chief? Okay. Two children, 17 and 18, two adults in their 40s. Wow. And they're the ones who violated the young man before he graduated. What was it for? Was it behind something? What was it? Left wing, right wing, same dragon. I feel you, and that's true. Both of them are banya. Smash that like y'all. Shut me out. Both of them are banya. That's what it is. How's y'all Sunday, man? What's going on with y'all? How y'all feeling? I mean, make sure you take the poll. Do you disapprove? Nah, I ain't block you. You might have wrote something that YouTube deemed you can't. I mean, Trump approved 35%, disapproved 56%, 50-50, 3%. Obama, Biden, and the Dems fault 6%. Make sure y'all take the poll, man. That's what it is. Racist is still racist in South Carolina. In North Carolina, South Carolina still got slaves. Wow. Chilling. Chilling, what's up? Death to Islam. Did you change your name? Death to Islam 1776. So I know you not feeling what's going on in Iran. You ready to go over there yourself and help them pull that motherfucker out of office, huh? What's going on with you, death to Islam? That's crazy, fam. But I mean, CT. Smash that like, y'all. Shut me out. Oh shit, a young teen hung right in front of the police station in DC. Wow. When that happened? Okay, knowledge. Knowledge Grove. Yeah, why you changed the name to Death to Islam, family? You should have kept it Knowledge Grove, dude. You ain't going deeper in your white nationalist stuff, is your knowledge? That shit crazy, fam. Get back on your pivot, man. Don't hate a religion, man. Hate people that are evil and that are against your values. Don't hate a religion, family. And that's just me, black, telling you that. You can do what you want, but you know what I mean, to hate a religion is strong, and you gotta if you got a form of opinion of it, let them people do them, man. How can we make America great, man? Take that shit down and make your name knowledge on making America great, man. When the last time you been on the road? Grove done went Nazi on me. Right, but you can't let the algorithm make your decision on beefing with a whole religion. You know what I'm saying? I think you should go back to Knowledge Grove, man. It's death to Islam. It's people that's Islamic that's in China, Southeast Asia. You feel me? America. That don't have nothing to do with, you know what I mean? And you hating them. It's crazy. And that's my opinion, fam. You can do what you want. I'm not trying to change you. I'm just saying when I see that, it's like I would say I seen that before, but to my people, whether it said death to the niggas, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So when I do see like messages of death to something, that's you know what I mean, it makes me like, damn, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, it wouldn't have been death to Islam because not people had knowledge on it. It would have been death to black people, and you know what I mean. It's crazy, man. So why do you have your name as death to Islam, 1776? If you don't, you can't say I don't hate black people. I hate the black extremists. I don't hate Uzbekistan's people. I hate their extremists. You can't do that. And then your name is death to Islam. Islam is so broad. Islam is not a religion of war. Islam is religion of peace. That maybe the people maybe go to war that's in Islam, but for different reasons. What's going on, Caleb? If y'all like gaming and just chilling, shooting the breeze, get over there and check out Caleb. Just as cute as she wanna be. Dope, she, you know what I mean, chilling. Might catch you throwing back a few motherfucking. I see you drinking that motherfucking brew. Might catch you sipping on some brews, playing Grand Theft Auto or any of those games that y'all play. You know what I mean? If you interested, you know what I mean, having a good time, go get over there and check out Just Kayla Boo. You know what I mean? She'll put Daisy Duke to shame. Ain't nothing like her. Oh, Kayla, what's up with you, little sis? Chilling, man. Because you can't say that in the name. Islam is not a religion of peace. Islam is a religion of peace, man. We'll never agree on that because I know different. Islam is a religion of peace, just like Christianity is a religion of peace. I mean, sometimes people that under the gaze of being a participant in these religions weaponize it for war, but those religions, all of them are, if you go by the actual tenets of it, even Christianity is supposed to be peace, but the beings, the human beings that use it, weaponize it, family. I'm not remembering Malcolm X because you know when he went to Mecca, he came back and said it was about peace with white men and black men and everybody praying together. But I just feel like when Malcolm X went to Mecca, he left the black nationalist um movement on their motherfucking knuckles. He was never gonna come back and say black power again and by any means necessary protect yourself as a black man. He would have came back with a more universal approach to it that we all are brothers and equal as men. And when he prayed at the mosque, he prayed with men of all colors. But yet it's still he still left the black nationalist, black power, black is beautiful without a leader that was confident in what we was, you know me, trying to accomplish at that time. Like a lot of people, like you just brought his name up now. That's how powerful his legacy was because it was either him with the knuckle up or Martin Luther King, MLK, with the, you know what I mean, just keep your head down and keep going and we shall overcome. You know what I mean? It was the yin and yang. Once they broke up that, we don't even know if the disciples existed, man. With the story we got now of the birth of Christianity with Jesus and his 12 disciples and the three little girls and that was with him, Mary Magdalene and his grandma named Anna and all that. That was taken from Hebrew. So everything that we get from Christianity, with y'all, it's like y'all forgetting it that it's a Jewish cult group. You're Jewish. You a spinoff from a Jewish group. Do you understand that you're a spinoff from a Hebrew group? Because you know Hebrews, Israelites, and Jews are all different. And Israelis are not Hebrews or Jews. Israelis are Israeli nationalists of the country of Israel. If y'all could, shit, Black Power did prevail just as well as I'm sitting on this fucking YouTube talking to you. Black Power prevailed. It also took over and took the leading spot besides the executive chairs. If you see it, everywhere in any cabinet is going to be a black powerhouse mind or hands powering it. So black power did prevail. You know what I mean? I didn't get pushed off into the shadows, and you better not come and burn a cross in my yard now because shit, black power gonna exude black strength nowadays. You know what I mean? That is heresy. What are you talking about? I don't adhere to you. What do you believe in? You've been indoctrinated. That's what I'm saying. Why can't we just agree? But you've been indoctrinated, so you try to weaponize your thoughts and beliefs on me. That's why we can't never get it together as Americans because you weaponize, okay? Desensitize. I mean, right? Jewish people finding out they're not Jewish. He's the first divisive. What can you define that divisive president? Well, he's a new breed of president where it's like a strong man. Donald Trump is sort of like Nicholas Ceausescu, um, Stalin, even Fidel Castro. He's along those lines where he's the face of this shit. Ain't no bureaucracy. Yeah, Black Power just as soon as you're looking at it sitting right here, dude. So whatever, family. Ain't no Black freedom. Black freedom was seized and took from y'all motherfuckers as sure as my ancestors was chilling in the dismal swamp. But Black Power is right here. You feel me? I'm turned on. You can't turn me off now. And that's what's so crazy. And a lot of y'all don't like that. That's why we'll never be Americans because it's certain little things that y'all gonna hate. You don't want a woman president, let alone a black person. You stuck in your ways. Shit, you gonna sit here. Yeah, you got the right name. Death to Islam. I mean, Donald Trump is Satan walking on two legs. Smash that like, y'all. Let's get them motherfucking likes up, man. 24 likes in here, man. So was Islam a spinoff? Yeah. Yes, it was. Islam because Hebrews came from Abraham. Islam came by way of the slave girl Hagar and her son Ishmael. Okay, and then the older wife had a baby, so that Ishmael and them had to leave. It's all in the Quran. They had to leave Ishmael and Hagar, and she took her baby. And when you take your shahada and you go to Mecca, you sort of follow their trail. You go around the mountain, you throw the rocks, you sip from the well of Zim. You feel me? Study these religions before you go and make these crazy ass statements because it sounded like shit would have been said about my peoples 150 years ago. Now you just replacing it with another enemy, weaponized enemy that's not your enemy. Fam. All of that, yeah, that's why they call it the Abrahamic religions. That's why I understand shalom and salam is the same. Maybe he said it with a list. Maybe he was from northern part, he was from the southern part, but it's the same. It means like peace. Shalom, shalom. Come on, man. Man, I'm multifaceted. Can you keep up? If you can't, you know what you can do, man. You talking about can you keep up? I'm multifaceted in my thinking. I ain't one track minded. That's the problem right there. Can you keep up with more than one topic? You know what I mean? This is not designed to let you sit up here and hate monger and spew all that shit. We just politicking. Can you keep up? You know what I'm saying? That's what the question need to be asked. Yeah, as a Jewish, because he was of the tribe of Koresh. He was at war with Koresh. Hence David Koresh. Koresh had something to do with the Palestinians, the Hebrews, the Canaanites, the tribe of Koresh was all, you know what I mean? For sure, cuz. Right, we can talk about anything and a lot of shit at one time, know what I mean? Word, but we can't really make it about you, death to Islam, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Um, Shit, it was Jewish kingdoms in Europe. Russia used to be a Khazarian kingdom. Russia had its birth in Judaism. They also had black people there. Look at most of the communists. It was Jews, the Bolsheviks, Trotsky. You know what I mean? Lenin, Stalin. When people respond, doesn't mean they are responding to you. They could be having a conversation with someone else in the chat for sure. No, I was answering the joint when the dude said, "Can you stick to a topic?" Are we talking about? We talking about all of that shit at the same time because our minds are moving. That's the problem. Y'all want our minds to be moving like it's glue in there. Nah, dog. Sure, they wasn't. Uh, you there? Poland was a Jewish state at one time. Poland. Smash that like. Whether y'all know it or not, is Chinese Jewish people that been there for centuries in China. Because Hebrew and Judaism moved through the world by way of being salesmen and promoters of clean. Muslims will call it halal meat. Jews will call it kosher. Don't mix the English with the Dutch. You know what I mean? No milk with no vegetables. No, you know what I mean? Cheese, no dairy. This and that. So more likely they were highly sought after because of their lifestyles and their quality of doing shit. The best barbers and also they was hated because they made money off of it and they endeavored to bring civilization to each of these places they was that they made money off of it and they also learned how to, you know what I mean, finesse the money. That's what they hated because all that JS Zionist stuff, that's just mumbo jumbo for coffee table talk for motherfuckers with college degrees that ain't do shit with them, man. That's the motherfuckers that talk. I'm on the left, I'm on the right. All that shit right there you talking, family, and that's just my opinion on it. All that, he's a Zionist and Bolshevik and all that. I studied it, but know what I mean? Ain't even a conversation about it. It's just, that's fodder, know what I mean? For motherfuckers with trust funds. That's conversations with motherfuckers with trust funds, man. You know what I mean? Whether you know it or not, they was running up on the Jewish people every motherfucking 50, 60 years. Hitler wasn't the first country to do that shit. They had the Reconquista in Spain where they got the Moriscos and the Jacobites. When you hear somebody say they was with a Jacobite, they was with a Jew. Hence the name Jacob. And shit, all the little towns in Europe, you know what I mean? Even before they unified into countries was, you know what I mean, crystal not so often they get mad with the motherfuckers with the money. See, nowadays the Jews is the federal government. We get mad with the motherfuckers with the money now. They got a paid force to bust your head. So now we're a little bit more cautious. But back in the day, of course you're gonna be mad with the motherfucker with all the money because you got to pay for their services and now you want it for free, so you're gonna go test something up. It's sort of like when black people go ham and tear up their neighborhoods like they did in California stuff, and they call it a riot. And then tomorrow you need to go to the store. You done burnt the store down in your neighborhood because you're mad with what white politician did or what you perceive as the white world. You know what I mean, did to you when you tear up your own shit. Smash that like the white people are the children of the fallen angels. I feel like there's a little Neanderthal going on with it. But you know what I mean. So what does your ideal American look like then? There's not an ideal look of an American. I've been in your life on and off for a while, and I'm curious what solutions you actually put forth. Well, don't question me, question yourself, because you got to sweep on your around your own front door before you sweep around mine. And the question of what does an actual American look like? You know what he look like? Me or you, a motherfucker, a proud motherfucking American. That's what he looks like. Someone that's proud. There's no set. He got to have long arms. You know what I mean? He got to have one tooth over here and nah. An American, a proud American. Somebody, you know what I mean? Proud to be American. That's my ideal American. Working hard, not weaponizing his belief, but standing on his belief. Whether it's Islam, Christianity, even if it's some old black nationalist or white nationalist shit, long as he's standing on it and not weaponizing it against nobody else, it's okay to be who you are, because America is built off of diversity. But what we have in common that we accept that diversity and still politic and keep it moving as Americans. At least we supposed to. Yeah, not even America ain't it's not even the look. Any America looks like any of us that are willing to help other Americans, you know what I mean, make America great again, as Donald Trump was running with the mantra. That's what an American is, dog. You can't see through your hatred for something else because when you're not lit, you hate what you perceive as lit. Yep. But you notice they don't push that no more. They don't push the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty probably ain't getting no motherfucking play right now. No play. Smash that like, y'all. Every American is a foreigner. If you leave it up to when will we all just stop being from Europe? When we all just stop being from Africa and Asia and just be Americans? Because if you weren't born on those terraform on them land masses, why are they even linked to your name? You that sounds mildly racist right there. You wrong. We as Americans have a base culture and race. We are not and do not accept the multicultural. Are you crazy? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Once somebody show you who they is, believe them. Believe them. This America is built off diversity, dude. You said power to your Morocco family. That's what it is. Morocco don't own you. Owe any American any reparations. They owe Africans. If y'all see, that's the thing. Don't get yourself tricked up. If Africa owes anybody reparations, the first people they're gonna have to pay are themselves if they really did sell all of these slaves and stuff, which they sold a great deal. But the first people to get paid are gonna be Africans because Africans sold Africans. Black people was already here. Also, they got motherfucking placed in bondage. They didn't get taken nowhere. They got placed in bondage in their own, you know what I mean, land. But Africans will have to pay the Africans that they sold their ancestors first in order to adhere to the story of everybody came from Africa. The first people to get paid is the first people that got touched by it, and that's Africans sold other Africans. Do y'all don't understand that, do y'all? That's why it's no reparations for me because I'm not an African. I have never been to Africa. I don't have a dog in the fight. I can trace back my lineage 5, 6 grandmas, and there's no Africa, so ain't no use in me even worrying about it. Know what I mean? My reparations is stay the fuck out my way and just let me get it. You feel me? I was just watching the joint on Hernan Cortez and all them when they went to Tenochtitlan and went to war with Montezuma and them, but they started out on the coast. I was just watching that shit, man. That was crazy. There wasn't Africans already here. Indians got their nicknames because they look like people. No, they got their nicknames because Christopher Columbus thought that he was in the fucking East Indies. He thought that the world, he didn't know that it was a whole world in between. He never even came to the mainland. Christopher Columbus didn't. He don't even know which island that he first landed on it. They attributed to Cuba. But no, they are called Indians because of that, and then they never changed it. He thought he was supposed to been going to finding a quicker route to the East Indies. That's why they named it the West Indies. Since 1300 found. Only way I might as well be him if I'm getting a cut out of it, Def. I could give a fuck how many of them they bring in. It ain't gonna affect me and my people's how we get it. All y'all been brought in around us. We was kept here. Y'all was brought in, or y'all peoples got in. We was kept here. You know what I mean? To build for free. You know what I mean? Not even a good lunch. They didn't even provide a good lunch for us. My peoples was kept here, so they say no matter how they got us, from Africa or out the motherfucking swamp, we was kept here, my G. Yeah, yeah. Talk that shit, Barbara. You know it. Shit, don't put Jesus mixing with my name. That's some propaganda bullshit, and that's my opinion. The good ship Jesus brought slaves over here, didn't he? Don't put Jesus with my name, man. And that's no disrespect to your religion. Smash that like, y'all. You know when diversity has benefited the black community. At the beginning of civil rights, we were so diversified that we shared our platform with white women because they could be listened to first because they in the bed with these white men and they got their rights and diversified. They brought in the black women, which the black women brought in the preachers because our women love the church and praise God, and the preacher brought in the motherfucking men. Get your ass up and get in there if you're a woman out there. You feel me? And that's how we even got behind the Democratic Party from the women diversifying, not being racist against each other. Girl, your hair look good. You better, you know what I mean? After the white women got a little right, Susan B. Anthony and them, they brought in everybody else, and that's diversified right there. And just being an open-minded person, knowing that shit, the world is made up of different communities and collectives. You know, right? For sure, Barbara. I don't see nobody giving Habibis jobs. Habibis is opening up stores and employing their own people. So you can't blame nobody. That H-1B stuff. If you don't have the training, I mean, it ain't. What has it benefited white people? You keep. Why are you asking about blacks? You're white. What has it benefited white people? That's what you need to be asking. You can't. I don't give a damn. What has it benefited Americans is what I'm more concerned about. Because black people benefit themselves. Wouldn't have anything benefited black people, dummy. That's what you got to ask yourself. You can't make it seem like that was one of the things that was fucked up with us. Nor does white extremists or white nationalists don't benefit me either. They exist though. What has it benefited Americans? That's what you need to be asking. You sound so fucking like it sounds racist, dude. Look, you sound crazy, Def. Do you see how your Texas sound? Latinos flood into U.S. You some? Are you white? What's your demographic? Are you straight white male Protestant? Allegedly, you got to be. Your whole thinking is crazy, dude. Your name is Def to Islam. You fighting against a religion and just not people that's mean or bad. No, no, dog. Def, you're not consistent. Family, you're not consistent. This ain't even a conversation. This your whole ideology that you said. You sound crazy, man. Look, constant. You can't even spell. Don't you got spell check on your phone or whatever device you're using? This is crazy. No, your whole shit was just some. Damn, look at this shit. Look, see what I'm saying? But I'm not. You consistent in with your misogyny, with your prejudice, and you'll just take Islam out and put another name in whatever they put up on the stream and show you that that's the enemy. I bet it is no nothing to you. The next thing they put up and tell you to hate, that's what you do. You can tell from all the shit you texting. The tribe of Gad came with Judah and Ishtar. Western United States, man, was Mexico. You know that. During the time of when Mexico had their first president, Guerrero, who was black and native, and then they had Santa Anna running around, who was off of the Yucatan Peninsula, seemingly maybe black too. But Mexico had everything from goddamn the Pacific Ocean upwards to Oregon, all the way down to the tips of Louisiana, man. They told y'all in 1989 that the migration was coming back this way. You know how ducks and geese and all that shit fly south for the winter. Now the migration with the they was calling it the Great Latino Migration. The it was coming. They were coming back up towards the northern part of the continent. They knew this shit in 1989. Right? It was not even. It was Spanish territory that they had won from conquering those loosely um groups of natives to that area. It was a whole. They had a whole civilization going on until some people out of Texas, by way of Texas, kind of swindled them out of the shit piece by piece. Remember, the border that we know as the United States border is just the United States border because we say so. Those people have been, you know what I mean, trespassing these lands for centuries, man. I have no problem with people from South America. They are Catholic conservatives for the most part, right? That's why you can see that it's sort of like a kind of like a religious war because predominantly this country is of Protestant Christianity, and the people that are getting put out of the country are predominantly Catholic. I'm not saying all of them are Catholic, but predominantly Catholic, and that's what the Pope probably got a problem with because it's taking away some of his constituents in America. Yeah, Canada and America was the same land. You know, we went to war with Great Britain in the War of 1812 by way of Canada. Smash that light. Smash that light, man. Smash that light. Share me out, man. It's sad, my G. What's going on in the cold budgets? What's up with you? Good Sunday. For sure, man. Oh, yeah. And you see Cole Allen done ran up at the motherfucking White House, got daggone correspondent dinner and did something. Do y'all want to see the video live for yourself? What I was talking about before you blocked me and you asked me what was the point? Ain't nobody block your silly ass. And what are you talking about? We done went on to 50 different conversations. What y'all got to keep up, man. You and this death of Islam. Y'all got to keep up, man. Y'all thinking it's warped. CT, you know you a junior got there going white nationalist. You know what I mean? With a Mexican sombrero on. Cut it the fuck out. He ain't the shit. He clowning right now. Y'all know that Trump ain't in favor right now. All that ideology that the white man is king and conquered and did all this stuff. Mm-mm. Why don't you white people go back to Europe where I came from? Because you're not welcome on this man no more called America. Matter of fact, nobody likes y'all white people. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it is chaos, but you notice that political violence is swirling in this administration. Everybody, it was not a lot of that shit going on with Biden and everybody else. This is the motherfucking time of political violence is on the rise. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? The political gangs and stuff is evident. It's political violence, man. It ain't somebody running through streaking in a chicken suit or some shit like that. It's motherfucker running through bussing with a ceramic Glock. You asking me what I'm talking about? You worrying about politics? You should fake his head. You know what? It's two of y'all that's in the way too, man. We trying to have a decent conversation. You right here, and y'all probably the same person. And you deaf by Islam, fam. You in the motherfucking way. You like a cancer, dude. Nah, dog. This shit switching up. We getting rid of the hate mongers. Holla at you. You smash that like, y'all. Shut me out. Did the sound come back? Yeah, cause him like I ain't with that shit no more, man. I don't want to hear it. Like I'm trying to get positivity, and the motherfucker just you know what I'm saying, die, dog, and I don't have to go for it, fam. Not right now. The community I'm trying to build is Americans that's trying to work with Americans, not trying to belittle each other and down each other and that crazy shit, man. Maybe we might get in a heated back and forth, but just that vibe, nah, fam. His ass out of here. Strip him like remember that jump when the dude get his fuck out of here, man, with that bullshit, man. He'll have to come in with his secret joint, and he will because that's what these weirdo motherfuckers do. He'll gonna come in with his secret Gmail now and act the fucking fool, but it's all good. You'll never do it under the banner of my sanction as being a moderator because you know what I mean. No matter what your belief is, when you weaponize it, that's when I gotta go across your motherfucking head. I don't deal in that weaponizing shit. Speak your piece. Your opinion is your opinion. Greatly appreciated. But to weaponize it, like, oh fuck no. Cause we were just sitting here chilling, and it's like a bad vibe came over that we talking about the shit that's going on with Cole Allen and anything else that we could think of, but the conversation was going more like on some violence against others or downing others, comparing what somebody's unachievements are as opposed to somebody's phony achievement. You know, just a bunch of shit. And when you know what I mean, politic on that, it takes it somewhere else, man. I don't need that around me. That's like having somebody with a frown on their face standing around a bunch of people smiling. I ain't got time for it, nor do I have to deal with it, family. Smash that like, man. Shout out everybody that's coming through showing that support. Our job here is to find out, you know what I mean, I can't even see what the person said. See, all of it's just crazy, man. The KKK ain't really got no power though. Okay, yeah, what was going on with that? That's the Southern Poverty League stuff, right? What was going on with that with the KKK? You say follow the money. Peggy Kennedy, what up, Peggy Kennedy? Smash that like they're paying them to push hate. You hate them. You hate who, Lawrence? Also, they are paying them to keep the KKK engine going. Cause you know they got their own political party too. called the Knights Party. Right, the Knights in shining armor, the Knights Party, or Knights in white satin. Smash that like, but yeah, man, that's what it is, Nate. It ain't never too late to start learning. A lot of them gonna end up getting stripped now, fam, because it's changing the vibe of the channel with a lot of hate. Like, nah, we gonna single the haters out now because I don't know, man. Once a person show you who they is, believe them, and sometimes it fuck up the feng shui of what's going on when you surround yourself with some people with a lot of hate and, you know what I mean, no tolerance in their motherfucking blood, and that's their conversation, you know. You'll leave away from it, you know what I mean, disgruntled yourself if it's something that maybe ruffled your feathers, whether it was on the good side or the bad side of it. So that's why you got to be careful who you're talking to, but more likely you got to be careful who you letting yourself talk to because you know you're the person that influences yourself the most. Be careful who you allowing yourself to talk to. Matthew, what's been up with you, fam? What's up, Matthew? I'm gonna post your channel. I'm gonna post your link too. What up with you, Matthew? What's going on with you? We trying to better Americans and come together. Not we ain't trying to got there going expose all their faults and to make us. And more likely is to make whatever organization or crew you behind look good. Oh yeah, what's the weather like? Where you at, Matthew? You on the east or the west coast right now? I know you probably from both sides. You parlay, you know what I mean? Okay, 65. 53 here, East Coast also. Cloudy. 53 cloudy, you know what I'm saying? Too late. We're going to be divided for a long time because of this. Right. And even on a global aspect of that, fam, even on a global aspect, we are going to be divided with other people, earthlings. They're going to be reluctant to work with us as Americans because of the shit that we've been doing. Like, our integrity has been sullied. I would say that. You know what I mean? Yep. And now everybody gonna try to get in and either replace or outdo Donald Trump and his motherfucking megalomania. That's why we got to hold fast, steadfast. We got to hold fast together as Americans. It ain't no time to be dissing each other. Like, that's the problem. When it's time to get together, it's time to get together. Like, that shit crazy. But you know what I mean? I'll throw some mud just like anybody else if you want to go back and forth. What did he do for this? I mean, I'm good with it if I'm feeling like that conversation. But just on a day-to-day basis, we got to start trying to figure out how can we pull ourselves out. We might have to end up pulling Trump out too because we're Americans and he's an American. We got to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Shit popping off. And do y'all think that this administration will exist when Trump is not here? Do y'all think this administration will exist when Trump gone, when he's out of the lead position? Has it solidified itself that much to stay here, or will we see who really is running the government after Trump? We gonna really see who running the government though. After Trump leave, we're gonna really be able to see who's running the government by way of the choice of the next president. We're gonna see who really is running this shit. Smash that like, y'all. 16 of y'all in here, man. Let's get them likes up to 100, man. So far since we've been talking, for we've been damn near an hour and 10 minutes. I'm gonna salute everybody that came through, no matter for a little bit or a long time. It was 4,058 people. Okay, shit, that shit just jumped. 4,062 people. Whether you stayed a minute or motherfucker got that on it, or you been in here since the conception of it. Salute for everybody that came through at this time that I just marked that 1 hour and 11 minutes. Smash that like. Shout out to 17 people that's in here taking time to show that support. We jamming. What you listening to right now, Matthew? Barrett, you and Nicole, you said I'm gonna be pulling Donald Trump by myself. After Trump leaves, it will take up to 10 to 20 years to bring back or correct what he has broken right. Because he even broken spirits. Because he done fucked up when all these federal people, working people got laid off and their money got fucked up. He done fucked up 30-year mortgages and people was buying cars and sending kids to college. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta really get down to the collateral damage of the Trump administration has put on the Americans right now. We have got no America great again. But you know what? We don't have to wait on Donald Trump. We need to, you know what I mean? No new address the parallel emergency diaper station malfunction. Okay. Um, slow motion. Oh, you on that motherfucking? I like it. I ain't working that. Uh, 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 Okay. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Okay, 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 okay. But yeah, man, what led Cole Allen to run up in the correspondent? Did anybody said anything yet? Why he ran up in that shit? It is. You like, what the fuck did he do this time? Know what I'm saying? Don't know. You talking like Trump, Superman or somebody? You said it's a made-for-TV reality show. It seemed like they almost filming all this stuff. Like, I'm telling you, even when they was having the Black Lives Matters rallies and stuff, and sometimes when I would be at these places selling merch, they would have more camera crews and film crews than people, black people, no doubt. Because I didn't see like one fifth, one out of every five people there was a person of color, not necessarily black. Like those Black Lives Matter. It wasn't just droves of black people. This shit is crazy, fam. You say a food supply crisis and next the pandemic. I don't know, but anything's possible right now in the climate that we living in. Smash that like. Oh yeah, which one of the redhead kingpin Jones you like, fam? Redhead kingpin used to have the '90s on lock. What's one of the redhead kingpin Jones you listening to? Smash that like. Shout out redhead kingpin. I just seen an interview with King Son. Remember King Son, the big dude who used to rap? He had the fucking bald head with the crown hair. It was a bald head, but his hair he had a crown cut in his hair in his head. He been doing interviews. But yeah, redhead kingpin was like that. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out, man. Let's look at the poll right quick. Trump approve 37%, disapprove 55%, 52%. Obama Biden the Dems fault 6%. Wow. Yeah. King Son D Moet. You gotta cut it out too, for instance. I know you do, brother. King Shed, man, you old school. When you probably playing King Son right now, but yeah, King Son. He used to be in my area too. He was from New York, but he moved down here in my area. He used to be moving in and out. He pretty solid. Know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing bad to say about King Son, but he been doing these um different little spots on the internet now, telling his stories. You know what I mean, him remember King Son, Lock Him Shabazz, all kind of little rappers was out back in the day. Smash that like. For instance, accountant. What's your hey? For instance, you had me tripping the other day when you say about the people who was talking about that other situation. You say that's what your job is to put people away for doing that dumbass. Smash that like, man. Hey, hey. But what y'all think this dude went and shot up the press corps for, man? The press correspondents. What do you think he went and done that bullshit for? What was his motive? What did Trump piss him off with, or anybody? Because we automatically thinking Trump, but he could have been mad because of anything. My favorite part was rappers delight subways, huh? Streets with the beats. Okay, okay, okay. Shit. That all anything back then that rappers delight with Melly Mel in them that they was dropping, it was they try to attribute gangster rap to all of these Schoolie D, maybe Coogee rap, but that was gangster rap because they were speaking on all the ills and issues of what was going on in the signs of the time, and also they even delved into going to jail and what can happen to you. You know what I mean? You said you got an albino pit, Roscoe. That's what it is. We got the pink eyes too and eyelashes. Smash that light, man. Oh, I got the blue eyes. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, so the security wished them away like Scarface Chuck. Smash that light, man. All right, Sassimo, you have a good day too, player. That Gil Scott Heron, Winter in America. What's the first bars to that, for instance? Because I listen to a lot of Gil Scott Heron. I can't remember the name of it. What's the four bars to it? Mike, what's good with you out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma? I'm gonna post your link to the top, my G. Got a new video. You said she did a drive-by and invited you. Invited you. You said you don't support MAGA, but people who think this was staged are not thinking rationally. Fatal cool, fatal cool, fatal cool. What it do, what it do, what it do. You said it started with the arrival of the pilgrims. Shit, the Vikings even. Once the Vikings came over here and they attributed to some white folks coming in, started with the Vikings, man. Smash that like.
Excuse me. Okay.
2026, what's going on with you? I'm talking about the song he sings about how they killed in jail all the healers. Oh, let me go back. Okay. Yeah, it's getting crazy. Let me see the words to Gil Scott Heron. If y'all not familiar with Gil Scott Heron, you may be familiar with one of his famous catchphrases: "The revolution will not be televised." So he wasn't even where they was at. Woo, that's crazy. Woo King. Matthew just dropped his link. Y'all get over there and check out Matthew. You said Heron would never have been a sucker for Trump. Nobody's fighting because nobody knows what to save. Ain't no goddamn legitimate cause out there, is it? That's dope. It was that Gil Scott Heron or was that you, forensics? That's true. Nobody's fighting because they don't know what to say because it's not a legitimate. You know what I mean? That's why I say that all of these structures, whether it's the Ku Klux Klan, the NAACP, um, the any of this shit, Koji, Church of God in Christ, all of those organizations need to be shut down because they under their old style of, you know what I mean, how doing things. Okay, okay. No fighting because nobody knows what to save. True indeed. Said Whitey's on the moon. I don't know, man. That moon shit, even that because it's a lot of back and forth that maybe is a setup they haven't been to the moon yet. That really like as I think about it, like it shouldn't be no controversy. If they went to the moon, they went to the moon. You know what I'm saying? But shit, be careful. You know what I mean, Frost, who did you throw over a rail in the GDC? And what is the GDC? You said the left wants them gone. For what reason? Why? What did Donald Trump do? And how can the left want him gone if the left was 2 floors down? It wasn't where he was. How far do you, that guy think he was gonna get? And you know you got sold. Cause you know you wouldn't be in here. Remember that joke? Ah, the biggest phony there ever was. Eminem Brewster. What? This was 1995. Okay, who was it that you threw over the railing? Somebody by the name of Legit, Be Legit from Cypress Hill. The dude had what? I just can't understand how you can kill a man. Smash that like y'all. Share me out, man. You say you're going to give Saudi our money for what? They should seemingly have more money than we do. Okay, what is it, y'all? Is Israel giving us money, we giving Israel money. Is Saudi Arabia giving us money, or we giving them money? Y'all, all y'all be having these different. You know what I'm saying? They need weapons. They don't need money. They need to spend money to buy weapons. Smash that like, y'all. Shut me out. You said Trump don't care. They own them now. For instance, you're right. This is not a Democratic or Republican issue. This is a Donald Trump administration issue. It's bipartisan. Why you say president with the bigger balls? All of them did whatever they did in their own way. Smash that like, share me out. Make sure underneath this live stream, you know what I mean, if you got a question or a topic or anything you like to discuss or just want to get at black, you leave a comment or you have an opinion on what we discussing right now on this shots fired at the White House correspondents dinner. Why does violence follow Donald Trump and who is Cole Allen? If you come up for some new information, leave a comment underneath of it. You know what I mean? Pertaining to whatever, man. Yep, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say, John. Can't we all just get along? When was Trump ever bipartisan? Trump is bipartisan right now. He got Democrats and Republicans in the Trump administration. It's just not all Republicans. Or MAGA is a loose confederation of uh, socialist, Democrats, socialists, Republicans, Democrats. It's bipartisan right now, fam. He doesn't directly represent the Republican Party. King, what's up with you on this Sunday, man? What you headed to work? Shout out Akeem Page, a super supporter. That's what it is, fam. Always popping in. Same strip as Ronnie Reagan in the 80s, huh? Right now, Ronald Reagan got hit up. But you know one thing, the strange thing about the guy that hit Ronald Reagan up, John Hinckley, he never went to prison. He did all this time at a mental institution, right outside of where his people's own homes and shit, and he was able to still move amongst the community. He got a fucking John Hinckley. He got a goddamn record store right now, music store right now. He going around singing songs in Virginia and shit. Like ain't shit happen. Oh yeah, what's up, Art? Point of privilege. Let me say I would never let my wife dive under a table by herself. Right, would you would have dove on top of her? Shit, they got security though, for instance. And remember Donald Trump, 80 years old. He can't dive like she can. He might have been late in his delay. Delayed in his reaction. Equal opportunity crooks. Right. Right. Fuck the security. You got to protect your queen. Right. I feel you, for instance. But Donald Trump might have had a delayed reaction. He 80 years old. No matter what he says, as how healthy he is. But was it like somebody just said? Wasn't they 2 floors down when they put Reagan in the limo? They hollered, "Take him to the best sheeter." But Reagan's buddy said, "No, take him to the hospital around the corner." Right. For instance, he ain't Superman that we thought he was. Well, to 2026, he does have a music store. And if he backed off, baby, he shut it down. But John Hinckley had a music store. Maybe it didn't make it to the grand opening, but yeah, he got it inside of this like flea market shit. You said it was staged. Why y'all say this shit was staged, man? This is another when he got clipped in the ear. Yeah, do a little bit more research, man. John Hinckley got a music little jump inside of like a antique mall.
Man, what that say? Pizza.
Hmm?
What that say? Pizza.
Smash that like, man. I want to know why the dude think he could pull that shit off. Is it some kind of MK Ultra shit popping off, y'all? Why did he think he could pull that shit off like that? And y'all notice he looking almost um Luigi Mangione-ish with this shit. And y'all see how they coddle these motherfuckers? This guy here, Cole Allen, Luigi Mangione, Tyler Robinson. You see how they coddle these motherfuckers? They go and do this motherfucking political violence. I bet you he got a fan base that's headed to fucking DC to protest his incarceration and all that shit. Watch. He gonna immediately have a fan base of people that are getting behind him. But you right what you said earlier about Donald Trump and them. It's hard to respect the humanity of someone who routinely disrespects the humanity of others. And Donald Trump has been synonymous with just disrespecting any culture or creed, and sometimes even his own. So yeah, you kind of right though.
What, yo? Go from the place, man.
Smash that like, get them up, man. Shout out everybody coming through showing that support. Iran ain't never done nothing but be Iran. And now it's a problem. You notice that shit dying down too? Too many people coming in saying, well, they did this and they were saying death to America. Now they looking like, what's going on? But I think Iran, what they did do was give the Trump administration a run for their money. Because anytime somebody that you beat, you talking concessions and peace talks, you don't talk peace talks to somebody that you whoop their ass. You tell them you do this and you do that and get it ready. I'll be there in a minute because I run things. But to have a peace talks and all this other shit is seemingly smelling of, okay, we're waving a white flag, we got to talk about this shit. I think it needs to be talked about. Right. We can't be mad about people having beef with him because he's the president. They either be for him or against him. And some people, these radicals, will participate in political violence. Right, he got beat in the operation. It wasn't really a war. Now everybody accepting that it was a war. It's worse than what they got. They always got some 7-day war, 21-day war over in the Middle East, and now he done got us in one, and we got another strike on our belt. First, I'll say, the first strike we had on our belt was Afghanistan. No, Vietnam War, then Afghanistan, and now I mean this shit here. You said that shit was fake as Fox Chief. That's what it is. Smash that like y'all. Yeah, because you don't negotiate with terrorists, do you? Y'all keep saying that Iran is terrorists. Y'all don't negotiate with terrorists, do y'all? Right, that fatwa. Yay. When they take somebody that's disrespecting something they believe in, motherfuckers go ham. Yeah, fatwa ain't just a Muslim thing. These motherfuckers are going to because they'll get tired of the shit and just keep thinking about it. Even though they say dude had teaching in his background, intelligence sometimes means his mental facilities are kind of off whack because he's a thinker. And you don't know what was on this guy's mind, but it couldn't have been getting at Donald Trump if he was 2 floors down, setting it off. Smash that like, man.
you good at that now.
That's true. You done had more than 3 attempts. They couldn't have got him. He was 2 floors down. Jeeper, he was 2 floors down. If gas was $1, Americans wouldn't care if the rest of the world was on fire. And that's true, John. So feed the wolves. So we don't care. Gas is damn near $4. Eggs is damn near $8. Milk, goddamn $6. So
Yeah, you good at
if you know
that.
if you know that and you're the president,
Go
why not
away
feed the
from that.
wolves? You feel me? You say this the 4th attempt. CRXR. Oh yeah, yep. Smash that like. They trying to get at him. But y'all ain't noticed it's a lot of political violence swirling around the Trump administration. Where you would think it would be in the ghettos, in the hoods, in the streets. They busting that motherfucking the Hilton. You know what I mean? They busting at the Swank hotels, at the goddamn 5-star restaurants and stuff. They trying to get at him. Remember Trump had those people shouting at him down in the restaurant somewhere he was out to eat? Political violence is at an all-time high, especially in the white community. And I'm not being racist, but most of the people, and this guy here, he looks, I mean, his mind is
And look,
something, man.
she said, be creative. That's me being creative.
You said Erica Kirk was in there. That's crazy. When the actual footage of what was going on there come out, it's gonna prove whether it was real or fake. Cause you can tell when a movie being made. Smash that like, y'all.
Come back in. You should have asked for something. I'm going to stop to the store to get
If we go to war on a lie, then we fight on that lie. Slim Child. Ah! You don't hit him with a quote from The Wire, but that's what it is. Smash that like. And JD Vance wasn't supposed to be there when President Trump there, right? Because we could have lost both of them and ended up with Rubio. Smash that like, y'all. We about to wrap this up, man. Shout out everybody that came through. We'll be back a little later to politic on this further. Know what I mean? For Vengeance Account, thanks for coming through. I'm going to be back in a little bit, man. We're going to wrap this up, man. Salute. Enjoy y'all Sunday, man.